Hi. I hope you guys are having a good day today or good night, wherever you may be. I don't know what time this will upload at, but I just wanted to get on here real quick and just share with you guys a message. My message is fairly similar and fairly repetitive. It's something that we have to kind of remind ourselves. We have to keep reminding ourselves that fear is an illusion. When I first started this channel, I made a video on how to control fear, but there's really no point in trying to control something that is not even real. Like, what are you trying to control? Fear, if you've ever heard this saying, is fear is false evidence appearing real. Thank you, Ralph Smart, for mentioning that. I love it. Fear, false evidence appearing real, and we have to see that fear is false. Fear is created in our imagination, and you gotta realize fear is an amazing tool. Fear is an amazing tool for control, because fear divides you. Fear gives the opportunity for the strategic tactic of divide and conquer. We are divided as a species, as a race. We are totally divided on every single issue you could think of, and it's amazing how we are these infinite beings. We're these energetic beings, these spiritual beings. Like, literally, where we begin and where we end, there is no end. There is no beginning to us. There is no end to us. There's just now. There is just is. We are everything and nothing at the same time. It is absolutely beautiful what we are, but we allow fear to separate ourselves from ourselves. And we allow fear to separate ourselves from each other. Because if you're separate from within, if you're divided within, you will be divided without. As within, so without. This is a universal law. This is a Hermetic Principle. This is something that you cannot avoid. In this life, there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of fear. A lot of fear being pushed down our throats. So you have to be careful about people putting fear down your throat. If it makes you feel afraid, like just I would look up and see how fear affects us. And I'm not a big fan of it. Fear leads to paranoia. Then it leads to a life of standing still. You'll get to the point where you're so fearful that you become immobilized. You're immobilized by fear. And that's what they want you to do. They want you to just give up. They just want you to be like, okay, forget it. I give up. Let me just do whatever. And that's where a lot of people are at nowadays. And that phrase will come up, everything in moderation, which is a very dangerous phrase to say in a world full of addicts, myself included. I'm not gonna lie. I have an addictive personality. We all have addictive personalities. We can get addicted to literally anything. And but I'm dealing with my addictions. I am finding balance. I'm not gonna call it moderation, but I'm gonna call it balance. Balance is something that we all need, and it's very hard to be balanced when you're living a fear-based life, because you will never be balanced leading a fear-based life. You're not leading a life based on love. Love is wholeness. Fear is emptiness. Fear is lack. Love is abundance. As you can see, it's this polarity, opposites. So when you're living in a life based on love, there's more connection, there's more harmony, there's more unity, there's more, definitely, I love that term, the harmony. If you look at the world, it's like we are all playing our symphonies. We are all vibration, by the way. We are all energy. We are all vibration. We are creating music together, the whole world. Life itself is a musical that we are all co-creating together. So you're getting a harmonious life, living in harmony with nature, with ourselves, with the animals. Nature, when you say nature, you're talking about you. You're talking about the trees. You're talking about the animals. You're talking about the plants. You're talking about the ground. You're talking about all the animals in there. Living in harmony with all that, I had this beautiful moment at the Woodstock Food Festival when we were dancing, and everyone was just dancing, like free flow dancing. It was ecstatic dance, so you just do whatever you wanted. And I was just amazed, there's all this crazy movement going on in here, and yet nobody's slapping each other, no one's tripping each other, no one's hurting each other. How is this happening? And as you can see, many people have their eyes closed, and they're just losing themselves in the music, and somehow they're not hitting each other. You look in nature, you see there's so many trees in one place. You're like, oh my god, there's so many trees, and yet they're not bothering each other. They're together. that's beauty. That's how life works. You know, when you're in a love, when you're in that love frequency, you don't see scarcity, you don't see lack. You see community, you see togetherness, you see oneness. You see that survival is not about the individual, it's about everybody. Everybody's connected. One person loses, everybody loses. One person wins, everybody wins. We are all in this together. So fear is literally will take us away from that. Fear will take us away from that. And you know what helped me to get rid of the fear is, you know, the fear is a separation from within. And of course, then you're gonna feel empty. You're gonna feel disconnected. You're gonna want to feel this hole. And right now, what do they give us to fill that hole? They give us a lot of junk food, a lot of processed foods, a lot of genetically modified foods. There's a lot of advertisements going on. There's sugar, there's coffee. There's like so many things out there. There's so much to consume, and it doesn't just end with food. And you got TV, you got news, you got the video games. Oh my goodness. And you know, the one thing is, like, it's cool to experience a lot of things, yes. But we have kind of become addicted to things, and these things are being used against us. And the one way we can actually enjoy these things in a really good way, you know, and actually make positive things out of them, is really get back to the roots, get back to nature, get back to natural living. And this is why I say the raw vegan message is so crucially important, because especially a fruit-based raw vegan message, like fruit is amazing. We cannot be afraid of fruit. I think having us being afraid of fruit is one of the just, how cruel can you get to have a human being be afraid of fruit? The most natural, the most obvious, the clearest, the best thing for us to eat. It just makes sense. Fruit by itself with nothing else, just the way that it is the best food for us. It just makes sense. You don't have to do much for it. You look in nature, the path of least resistance is always being used. Nature does things effortlessly. Nature finds the best way to do things, and it does it. It doesn't do it in the most complicated way. It doesn't make, like, so you have to grow the food, then you have to cut, then you have to, like, you know, of course you have to cut it, you have to cook it or fry it. Like, you don't have to do all these things. Like, nature picks the path of least resistance, and I've been taking this path of least resistance this year, and I've never felt better. So of course I'm speaking from my experience. I'm just saying, be careful of who you listen to, because you never know what their agenda is. My agenda, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not trying to get you to really do anything. In all honesty, like, I'm just sharing my experiences in hopes that you will be inspired to go out there and live life on your own, to not take the fears of others as your own. Let go of those fears. Surrender to life. Believe that life, you know, believe that the universe has your back. Believe that, if you're religious, believe that God has your back. You look at all the other animals in nature as well. They're not worried about tomorrow. They know that it's going to be okay. They're in tune. They're connected. So we have to get back that connection, and that fear, it disconnects us. So be wary of anything that is putting fear into you, things that are trying to scare you. You know, it's love is the only reality. That's my video for the day, guys. So fear is powerful. So, you know, let me know what your experiences are when it comes to fear. But I'm overcoming fears every single day, and it's amazing. So, and that's one of the ways that I grow. You know, some days I might not do much physically, but in here and through my experiences, who I'm talking to, what I'm listening to, I'm going through things. Also, I'm learning through my own experiences, and I'm also learning through others. It's an amazing, you know, now that I've changed the equation to like me against the world. Now it's just us. It's just us, or it's just me, which is, I see everybody else as me, everybody else as reflections of me, you know, aspects of me. I am everywhere, I am everything, and I am nothing. Remember, guys, the truth is in the fruit. So I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. Remember, like and subscribe, share this video, share my channel, and hit me up in the comment section. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.